So hey guys, and thanks for joining me for another video. Welcome to the Random Watch Do channel. I'm just some random dude who likes to talk about watches, and today I'm going to talk to you about a watch that actually kicked off my entire watch collecting addiction. So this is the guilty watch, guys. This is the guilty watch. This watch has ruined my life. So what do I mean how this watch ruined my life? I mean, how can a watch ruin your life? How can a watch, a wristwatch, ruin your life, guys? How does a Seiko wristwatch? I mean, I can imagine why a Rolex wristwatch might ruin your life, especially if you couldn't afford it. But here we are with a, well, what was a $300 or $400 watch. I mean, I'm talking New Zealand dollars now when I got into this watch. So I bought this watch. This is not the first watch. This is not the first example I've had, by the way, of a Seiko SKX009. This is far from it. I've had multiples of this watch, but this is the model, this Seiko SKX009. This is the K version, which is not the Japanese domestic model version, which has a little extra line of text on the dial, but I won't go into that. I bought this watch just a shade over 10 years ago today. So it's the 10-year anniversary of my watch addiction, guys, and this is the watch that started it. So when I bought this watch, I wasn't into watches. I was just a normal guy that wanted to buy a wristwatch. I just wanted to buy a mechanical wristwatch, just for the sheer fun of it. Had absolutely no intention of diving down the rabbit hole of buying hundreds and hundreds of watches after that, literally, and spending tens of thousands of dollars after that. I bought this watch for about $300. I think I got it from Singapore, and it turned up, and I put it on my wrist, and I thought, oh my God, you know, this is cool, this is fun. I mean, this could be a really great hobby to get into. So what I did after I wore this watch for a while, and let's not forget that this watch doesn't even have hacking. This has got the 7S26 movement in it. It's just a non-hacking movement. You know, there's really nothing fancy about this at all. It's just a workhorse movement. You know, it's got a nice Jubilee bracelet. You know, nice. It's okay. It's all right. It's fun. It's got a screw-down crown. But there was nothing special about this watch, but there was something very addictive about this watch, and I suddenly, for whatever reason, this watch got me hooked big time. So what did I get into after that? I got into, as a lot of you guys do, I got into the Seiko Alpinist. I think that was the SARB017. Got into that. I thought, wow, this is cool. This is a step up from the SKX009 too, because this has got a hacking movement. Great watch, and a lovely green dial with gold letters, gold indices. And then of course I thought, well, I've got to get into this JDM stuff. I'm loving this, and I ended up getting fully engrossed. I had the cocktail time, the original cocktail time. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. Went through the entire SARB range, SARB, that's the Seiko Japanese domestic model range, and of course then you get to a stage where you get into your Omega and your Tag, and you know, a year or two later I was into Rolex and blowing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on watches. But this is the watch that began the journey, guys. This is the watch that began the addiction. How does a watch like this, how does a $300 or $400 watch turn you into a complete and utter nutter? How does it get you to the point where you're lying awake at night thinking about watches? How does it get you to the point where you wake up in the morning and the first thing that's on your mind is, what watch shall I put on today? How does a watch like this do that to you? Well, I don't know, and if I knew the answer, I probably wouldn't be as addicted to watches as I am. There's something very, I suppose the best word to use is, there's something very inorganic about the watch hobby, isn't there? There's nothing logical about the watch hobby. It's all very inorganic. You know, there's nothing tangible that you can put your finger on and say, hey, this is the reason I'm addicted to watches. And not all watches do that. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks, if I'd have bought a different watch, what if I'd have bought a Citizen or a Tissot or or something else, would I still have become addicted to watches? I don't know. One thing I can say is that this watch, the SKX009, is the watch that got me completely addicted. It sucked me in immediately. I'm just going to finish this video with a quick wrist shot. I have absolutely no scientific evidence to explain to you why this watch got me addicted to watches, other than to say maybe, just look at that, it's pretty gorgeous actually, maybe it was the price point and the satisfaction that you get from wearing such a damn gorgeous, sexy looking watch on your wrist. Makes you feel like $1 million and you've only spent 300. Maybe that's the answer, guys. Maybe we're all just trying to spend money to feel good, I don't know. But this worked for me. This is the one that kicked it off, guys. What's the watch that kicked off your watch addiction? Let me know. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say the SKX, a lot of you are going to say SEIKOs. But drop a line in the comments, guys. Let me know which watch is the wrist watch that kicked off your watch addiction and ruined your life.